You are heavily on someone's mind at this point in time with the energy of thoughts. This person knows a lot about your situation, things that you might not be aware that they are aware of, and this is somebody who wishes that they could kind of just whisk you out of that circumstance. You activate kind of this knight in shining armor archetype within this person, but they also see you as somebody who has a lot of fortitude, character, personal strength, things that you are currently enduring. Maybe it's even just that you're working towards some very big and lofty goals. You got a lot of pressure on you, or pressure that you're putting on yourself, and there may not be a whole lot of time to kind of like sit back and enjoy life. And this is something that it feels like is weighing heavily on this person's mind. Like, how can I show up and give you just a little bit of sunshine, even for a minute? How can I show up in your life even more and stand beside you as you are trudging forth in the direction of those bigger goals and dreams? Or maybe this is kind of a circumstance of somebody who is aware of how you've been treated in the past, romantically or otherwise, circumstances in your life currently that are less than ideal, where it's kind of like you've activated again, like the knight in shining armor, the rescuer in this person, but not in a way that they want to like enable you or make you feel very embarrassed or self-conscious. There's just a sense that this person feels like you deserve the best, you deserve the world, and it doesn't seem like you are experiencing that at this point in time, or previous romances, or the way life has treated you up to this point. It has been very unfair or not acceptable, or something that, you know, they think that kind of your dreams and goals are very noble, those are very admirable, and this is somebody that is like, how can I help, how can I kind of uplift, or again, like stand beside you as you are moving forth in a very self-assured and determined way. We also have message. So it feels like this person is very thoughtful about what it is that they communicate to you, because they don't want to trigger you in any sort of way. This is somebody that doesn't want to like overwhelm you with kind of an urge or a need to like spend a lot of time with you, or in some sort of way kind of getting you to direct your focus towards other things. There may have been efforts that they made in the past to kind of like show up in a loving sort of way, and that might have triggered defensive within you. You might have misread kind of like how they communicated something, or they themselves might have miscommunicated, and so they've kind of like they've taken a pause, they're at a standstill, and they're kind of thinking about that, like your interactions with one another up to this point in time, and trying to make the next occurrence of when you speak to one another, when you see one another, or this is somebody that wants to break through that silence, reach out and talk to you, but in a way that it feels like is not going to kind of distract you from anything that you're working on or you are focused on at this point in time, but also something that, you know, kind of lets you know in a very subtle way, like, hey, I see a lot of potential within you and as a person, within the two of us, and what could develop romantically speaking. There's a different kind of life that I want to have with you, or that I want to give you, or I want to experience with you. Maybe it's even just a softer experience of romance. This may have nothing to do with kind of like materially changing your circumstance, but there's almost something that they noticed as far as like a posture or a stance that you took with them, almost kind of like, you know, challenging them in some sort of way, like, okay, you know, you're expressing interest in me, so what do you want, what are you here to take, what are you trying to kind of like accomplish in this situation, which it feels like they are able to take like a different sort of perspective, not seeing you as somebody that is rude or standoffish, you know, or had snubbed them in any sort of way, but they can tell that that is a stance that has come from a lot of disappointment that you've experienced in the past. These boundaries are in place as kind of like a self-protective mechanism, and they're not judging that, and they're not kind of, you know, expecting you to just take off all of your armor all at once. This is somebody that is like, how do I kind of provide you with these reassurances that lets you know, like, I'm not here to kind of take anything from you. I'm here to give. I am here to align with you. I am here to move with you through the process of you allowing yourself to, or feeling comfortable, like them providing the experience that makes you comfortable enough to soften into a version of yourself that can experience a peaceful love, an easy love. And so this is somebody that is strategizing like how to communicate that in words that will let you know, like they're able to kind of see you for where you are at this point in time, like materially or even energetically speaking, and that is something that like they honor, that they respect that, but they understand, they see the potential in the situation, or even just like who they are as a person and the type of love and care and attention they are able to kind of provide or are interested in providing in this situation. As far as the two of you are concerned, that leads to a path of like a softer experience in love, which you may be telling yourself like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, that's what I'm trying to call in. But there's something that this person has kind of like recognized, that that may be something you're trying to manifest, you're trying to reach for. Your present experiences aren't conducive. It's not the conducive environment, mindset, energies, even this process of kind of like struggle, reaching for goals and dreams and kind of like stepping into that best life. All of that is an energy of pushing, of moving, of kind of like forward progression. And what they are seeing, what they are understanding is like they're wanting you to fall in love, to soften into this place where you are relaxing into the situation between the two of you, allowing this person to show up for you and kind of like kiss your wounds that you've done an excellent job of healing on your own, but are evident that you have not been loved correctly in the past, or maybe are not being loved and appreciated correctly by other people that you have around you. You know, that can have to do with like, you know, how you're valued or not valued at your job. This can have to do with other interpersonal relationships, you know, kind of your place in the world. This is somebody that sees you as like a shining star, but they also recognize that you're kind of landlocked in your present position. You're trying to rise. You're trying to kind of make the best of things. You're trying to put on that brave face, and they see that. They see that effort. They see that light inside of you. And this is somebody that wants to, you know, help to kind of shift with you, shift reality, shift timelines into a place where it's like, you know, even if it's a struggle, all the things going on in the outside world, that at least love and the partnership and the romance between the two of you can be a soft and sacred space. Yeah, we also have concern. So this is somebody who doesn't want to like push you away. They don't want to like come on very strong, because there's a sense of like they're so eager to connect with you. They're so certain within their heart that kind of like, yeah, I want something more here. I feel this connection between the two of us. You're exactly the kind of person that I'm looking for. And there's almost like a level of eagerness that may have caused them to come on very intensely, very strongly, when you first connected with them. And it's almost like there was something that was kind of maybe received by you, even in a way that you don't understand, that kind of like translated as, okay, this person has boundaries, there's guardedness. You know, it's going to take time for us to kind of ease into that place where there's this equal give and take, where there's this ebb and flow. And again, this is not someone that's judging you for whatever your path has looked like up to this point in time, which it feels like they know a lot more than you're aware of. Either this is someone who's been an active listener when you've shared bits about yourself. You know, they've observed things, maybe they've heard things, they've heard rumors and gossip, or even people that have spoken well about you and have kind of like mentioned some of the things that you've been through in your past, romantically or in your life. And this is somebody that feels like you deserve an easy experience. You deserve to be loved as you are. You deserve to not have to like fight for a place within a good life, or, you know, a good relationship. And so this is somebody that is like very determined to be that suitor that helps to, you know, kind of rewrite sort of the understanding that you have of love and partnership. Or this is somebody that doesn't even kind of like feel that it would be out of place or out of line for them to sort of make up for the ways in which people you'd been dealing with previously didn't appreciate you, or did some kind of emotional damage, in some sort of way created this kind of mechanism within where, you know, you look to people, and maybe with good reason, who express interest, who are approaching you, and it's like your guard goes up. And they can tell that you're somebody that like you want love, you got a lot of love to give, but the reality of the interaction with you, it speaks to somebody that needs to be kind of like coaxed or led out of that place of kind of like, yeah, I got this armor around my heart because I've been betrayed, I've been disappointed, I've been let down, I've been bamboozled in the past, I've been through the ringer, I've been through the worst. Or even just, you know, I love someone very deeply and it ended, and that is a wound that never quite healed. Like whatever that looks like for you, this person is aware of that, like of kind of the essence of that still lingering around, or little details of sort of the things that might have led to that. They're trying not to read too much into the situation. This is somebody that doesn't want to pry. They're very open to you kind of expressing things at any point that you feel comfortable in doing. But this is also someone that wants to make sure, you know, that they don't push you away with that kind of exuberance, that over enthusiasm. But this is also somebody, it feels like, that wants to take a very dynamic approach to this situation to kind of earn trust very gradually with you, and not so much kind of like leaning into a slow and steady approach because they're uncertain, but there's just something that they're seeing. There are kind of these layers, these dimensions to like progress forward, or you've got a lot on your plate at this particular point in time. Either that kind of comes across in terms of your energy or interactions that you've had, or even things that they're aware of. You got a lot that you're doing, a lot that you're trying to accomplish. And so this is somebody that doesn't want to kind of like take away from any of that. This is somebody that wants to kind of be a welcome addition to whatever you have going on in your life, but somebody that also has the ability in some sort of way to like alleviate certain burdens, their energy, the way that they love, the way that they show up in partnerships of all types. It is in a very nurturing and supportive role, and they're kind of sensing maybe you've not really had that from other people, like in a real way, in a truly like healthy way before. They can sense that there's a little bit of like fear of the unknown as far as what they have to offer, which may be very justifiable based on things that you've been with in the past, and encountering somebody that's like operating on a different frequency and with different kinds of intentions than what you're used to dealing with. So this person is kind of like they've stilled the ego. Yeah, they got feelings, they got a lot of emotions to share, but this is somebody that is not taking personally ways in which, you're putting them through tests. You got these boundaries that kind of like snap into place. There may be moments of closeness between the two of you, and they can sense something shifting within the energy. Times where there's been like miscommunication between the two of you. This person, it feels like, has gotten better at not just kind of like taking that very personally, but really putting themselves in your shoes and sort of understanding like, okay, I'm trying to bring forth a genuine experience, and it's clear to me like you've not experienced anything genuine as far as romance is concerned in a long time, or perhaps ever. Yeah, we also have main male. So this person, regardless of gender, male or female, wants to be the main attraction in your life. They want to stand beside you. This is somebody who wants partnership. They want long-term connection. They want a date to marry. This is not somebody who wants to kind of just come in, get you to let down your defenses, and then they kind of weasel their way into your heart and call it a conquest and like run off in the other direction, to sort of like razzle and dazzle the next person that they come across. This is somebody that is very like focused on the long term. They're taking things step by step in this situation. This is somebody that knows they have to kind of push their way in to a certain extent, but that there's also this kind of fine balance between sort of pushing towards you and holding space and stillness for you to sort of soften into their arms. This is somebody that really wants to embrace you, not just hug you physically, but like embrace your energy, embrace the full essence of whatever you have gone through in your life, in romance or otherwise, that has kind of shaped this beautiful person that they see in front of them. This is somebody that wants to make you feel very accepted, very seen, very cherished for everything that you are and everything that you shall become. Again, this is someone that has a lot of respect for you. They're not trying to like encroach on your life. They're not trying to, knock you off your square or get you to, kind of drop things that you've been working on for a very long time. They're not trying to come in as a distraction. This is somebody that's like, I want to be a welcome addition to your world. I also want to provide you an outlet to a different type of experience, where you can come to understand the true nature of what it means to be appreciated, to be held in a very like soft and consistent way. So this is definitely somebody that has like really good intentions. They got love on the brain, and they are determined to kind of progress forward beyond wherever you are at this point in time with one another into something deeper and more meaningful. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.